Do you ever just stay up all night thinking about one thing that is always on your mind? Something that you wish you could get out of your head, but you just can't. And no matter how hard you try and just get past it, it comes right back. Full force, stronger than ever. Have you ever experienced any of these thoughts? Well, then you're a fucking pussy. I never have thoughts like that. Oh, welcome back to another episode of Redesigning Spaceships, and today's episode is exactly on what I just said at the start. I haven't been able to sleep or focus. I have been sleeping, don't worry. Don't worry, Chonkers been sleeping. Been getting some good sleep, don't worry. But I've been constantly thinking about my Basilisk class frigate for the Tundari Armory. Now, I did post a video on it, and it was pretty epic. You should definitely check that out. But I am not satisfied with with the design. So the Basilisk frigate was meant for, to get in there, do quick attacks, and do full frontal assault. However, my Basilisk is not amphibious. And when I say amphibious, I mean that it can't go down to a planet and then back up, which I prefer it to be. Unfortunately, with the way it looks and how I designed it, I can't fit all the necessary components. So what I thought is that, before I start redesigning other ships, why don't I ease my mind by making a video on redesigning the Tundari Basilisk. Also, before this video starts, thank you so much for all of you for subscribing. It means so much to me. We hit 427 by the time I made this video. That's insane. Thank you so much. I'm actually my mind's blown. Being a SEAL, I never thought I'd get the attention that I've gained so far. So thank you so much. And I really hope that we can, spread these videos and show people that the Chonkers community is growing. We're becoming stronger. I need my power for light. We are becoming stronger. You and I will take over this petty platform with our united strength.
It is I, Mr. Chonkers, in the flesh. We will rule the galaxy.
Sorry about that. I don't know what I got into. So on with the video. So here we are in our amazing art program, and what I'm going to do is just drag a picture. The only actual picture I could screenshot of my Basilisk. So that is a new layer. Stretch it out. Oh, wow, that's the YouTube video. Why, you should go check it out. So we have the image all stretched out, and what we're gonna do, like our previous redesigns, I'm going to the best of my ability, outline the Basilisk, just to get a rough idea of what I want the Basilisk to look like. Because I really do like this style. So it's blocky, it's it's more sharp, more pointy. Scaly is what I like to describe the Tundarian ships. So they don't look aerodynamic. So in atmosphere, it's like, they're giant floating blocks or whatever. It doesn't really make much sense, but they've just got so much power and raw thrust to get them in and out of atmospheres. So, and they're not meant to fly, so to speak, in atmosphere. More of just like, if they have to do an orbital bombardment, they can hover over other cities, and a couple of frigates could just unload like missiles and cannons onto this poor the poor city that they are will be destroyed. All right, so we're gonna do this outline, and I will be back. have now this base outline. We now have this base outline of what the ship should look like in the end. So, relatively speaking, I do like the design, and I believe this is what did I say in the video? 35 blocks long, essentially, and which I have to make a video on my sizes and how I classify ships. But it was on the smaller end of a frigate. So I think because we may need to add more components into this vessel, making it a little bigger won't hurt. So if the design does come out a little larger, that's fine. But we're not looking for a massive frigate. We still want that relatively small frigate, small, fast frigate. So hopefully we can still fit in all of the all of the components. And it's not luxurious in any way. So what I'm trying to better plan out is the what I want, where I want the specific areas of the ship to be. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, up here would probably be the cab. So up there would probably be the cab area. And then we would have, obviously down here somewhere, probably the habitable area, as well as the engine room, possible hangar. The majority of the thrusters are going to be back here. And I'm assuming atmospheric thrusters down here. So what I'm going to do next is basically make this layout in better depth, to make it, you know, more in depth, essentially. The guns are going to be laid out the same. So all along this midsection right here, on the outside of the ship, will be, you know, one turret, one large turret, another large turret. And then I think what we're going to have is on each side is 2 turrets there. Yeah, I think you get the picture. You literally get the picture. So, and then it's either going to have 2 missile launchers, or there's a modded autocannon, which I kind of want to use, but we'll see. So let's just jump right into it. And here we go. So these are all of the areas that I feel like I'm going to have to sort out before adding the armor and details. So essentially these are all the internal components of the ship. Because my ship is built, I guess that would be laterally, like it's taller than it is wider, or supposedly it's going to be taller than it is wider. It's the best way for me to outline all of the different levels and areas is, well, laterally. So the yellow is the areas where I'm probably going to have most of my atmospheric thrusters. And they're all going to be taking up the majority of the ship, you know, because it's going to be able to have to, you know, support all of this weight, essentially. So these are, again, it's hard to do this. Honestly, the graph paper is probably the best art program to use in order to do all of this kind of stuff. But this is what I did so far. So yellow is atmospheric thruster. This orangey yellow is essentially going to be the stairway. The green area will be the reactor room / gyro room. May have to be bigger. That's why I left this space open. This gray area is actually going to be a new hangar bay. So a larger hangar bay to fit both fighters comfortably in here. Blue is obviously the thrusters. As you can clearly tell, this is where I'm going to have all of them. The purple is probably where I'm gonna put the jump drives. There's no reason why they're separated from here. I just figured that instead of putting a jump drive down here, I can put it up here and then have more space if I need it for the reactor room. Then the red areas are essentially the areas where you can walk around, like the habitable areas. So probably, you know, crew quarters, med bay, cafeteria, what have you. So another thing I always seem to forget is, you know, where exactly is the airlocks, or the part where you connect a ship up to. I think I'm going to have that right here. And then what I'm going to have is on the exterior, when I create those gun mounts, they're going to be mounted here. Then there's going to be a space for where the hangar bay is. And then there's a connector here. And then up here and up here are going to be the other two guns. And they're going to be pointing this way, like this. And then the connector is basically in between. And then it's going to be able to connect up to ships, okay? And then this area will have the two guns here, pointing forwards. That's basically my ship. That's essentially what it's going to be. Now, I know what it's going to look like, and you can probably guess what it's going to look like when I recreate it. But because you don't know, I'm going to quickly do a little sketch like I've done with all my other ships or redesigns, just so you guys also have an idea of what I'm going to create. So let's jump right into it. I hope you enjoyed this part one of part of 3. So stay tuned for the next ones coming up. I have some other ideas planned. I say that every fucking time. I have a list. I do have a list. And I'm taking into note of all the mods that everyone say, you know. I said I had a heavily modded world, but it's clearly not heavily modded according to you guys. You know, I guess people play with, like, I don't know, hundreds of mods, maybe? But that's all I have for today, and if you enjoyed this episode of Chonkers Designs Ships, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not already, and maybe tell a friend, tell a family member, tell someone you love. That's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for the next Space Engineers video on my redesign. Also, still working on that cinematic. I haven't had some time off yet from work. I've been working lots. I actually haven't had a weekend yet, so a lot of work. So thank you all so much again. You guys are awesome. Chonk Army, strong and proud. Follow your leader like the good Chonkites that you are. Stay safe, stay busy, work fucking hard, but not too hard, you know, relax a little bit. And as always, Chonkers out. Oh God! Oh my God! No, don't associate that with anything. Chonkers out, you know, out. We're gonna point down, okay? Oh, love you guys.